So, this is Tour of the Orchard, springtime, what, May 14th? Yeah, most of the pear blossoms are done, but good news is it's been so cold lately that apple blossoms are still around. They're actually really late, so you'll get to see some apple blossoms, maybe one or two pear, but as you could tell, they're mostly in foliage right now. So, welcome to the Miller Orchard. This is a pear tree. And there's no more pear blossoms. They're gone. But they would have looked similar to this. But maybe I'll find one that's more complete for you guys to see, because some people have never seen pear blossoms before. Ah, here we go. A very good example right there. Yep. Pear blossoms are white. And in a while we'll come through, and only with the Bartlett's, the Andros drop them themselves, but we'll go through and we'll thin the ones off that are too small. Matter of fact, I'll just remove that so I could save myself trouble in the future. Yeah, it's called thinning, and the goal is to remove them so energy is concentrated on just one. So by the time fall comes and all you guys come and get our beautiful fruit, you'll have large pears and apples, hopefully. So pretty. But yeah, we're in the pear block right now. I'm making my way over to the apple block. We don't have much of one anymore. We've replaced the apple trees with pears or cherries, which we've discovered are very popular. That's Jake, our lab, and that dog over there, you might have met before if you've come to the fruit stand. That is Annie. She's over 10. She's now blind, but she comes on walks, but we don't let her come to the fruit stand anymore because, well, she can't see you coming, and you guys are busy, so you won't always see her, so she stays at home with us. Alright, we've now made it to part of the apple block where, well, there's apple trees. This is one of our really old golden delicious trees. The way fruit trees are progressing these days is they're going for smaller trees, ones that probably will not be taller than me, so you could put many trees in a smaller space, increasing productivity. Well, we like our big trees. Well, I do at least. Well, this is apple blossom. Sometimes they start out pink, but somehow they always turn out white. I mean, they're pretty, but yeah. And here's something I'll tell you. It doesn't smell like much. Well, I'm already past the main stage of bloom, but when you go and buy perfume, it says apple blossom smell or something like that. It's not the same. Not by a long shot. And more apple blossoms. Now these are different varieties of apples, and we have so many in this little block here, I can't remember what they are until, well, I see the fruit. Sometimes it's not easy to tell what the tree is just by looking at the tree without the help of fruit. But it's a pretty cool sight. And hey, a free miniature tour is not a bad thing. Oh yeah, I'm Rachel Miller. I'm the daughter of the Miller family that owns this orchard, and the one that's trying to fix the website and update it regularly. But here's some more of our apple block. Yes, it's amateur footage, but hey, this will be the first virtual tour of an orchard, I hope. Now that I'm in the apple block that is more in full bloom than the other area. It's fragrant, pleasant. Now, I could actually tell you what these trees are right here. Well, what they were. We used to have lots of red delicious trees, right? But not anymore. We've torn them out and planted different varieties, better ones. Well, this part of the tree right here, it's still the red delicious tree, the one that would have red delicious apples, but we decided we don't want red delicious anymore. And so this yellow stuff here is called grafting. And what we did a few years ago was we chopped off the main branches of the tree and put little slivers of the Honeycrisp variety in. And you have to be careful, some kinds of varieties just don't take with others, some do. And lucky for us, Honeycrisp get along pretty well with red delicious trees. So what was once a red delicious tree will now bear Honeycrisp fruit. Unless we left a branch intact that allowed for red delicious, but nope. So all those little it's called grafting, all these little trees here that are grafted, one day we'll have Honeycrisp for you guys to enjoy. Some of these trees here are red romes. Over here they're jonagolds. And in the summer, well, fall, maybe I'll film it, but down the aisle you'll see reflective tape. Well, not reflective tape. Giant rolls of foil, reflective foil, to get sunlight coming under the tree to allow the apples to be colored evenly. Because an apple that's red and white, but mostly white, is not that good tasting or appealing. Here's a few more of some of the older trees we have on the orchard. This is one of the really old golden delicious trees. When I was a kid we had tons of old trees and I'd climb them. They were huge. But as I said, everyone's moving away from big trees to much smaller compact ones. And there's even much smaller ones farther up the orchard, which you'll get to see later. Okay, you know how I said earlier that you can't tell what the trees are unless looking at the fruit? Well, I've walked through here enough to remember that this is a bosque tree. And one funny characteristic I've noticed about bosque, that like the fruit, which the pear is long, although it's brown, the branches, there's much longer branch growth in these trees, and their branches are a lot longer than, say, those pear trees over there. Over there, they're short little branches, not so flexible. Just thought I'd point that out, in case you ever walk through the orchard. Of course, by then there'll be fruit, and you'll be able to know, but hey, my tour. Probably one of the only tours ever done for this orchard. We're normally too busy during the fruit season to give anyone a tour. We allow you guys to walk up here, but you need to let us know so we can tell you whether we have bees or helicopters or something going on. Because it isn't safe unless you know what you're doing here.